special occasion, as this is a significant milestone for many of us who have waited for this opportunity since childhood. The list of people who are responsible for those of us graduating here today is endless. We would especially like to express our deepest gratitude to our families and friends were not for their unconditional love and support. Our dream of hopefully one day becoming a law enforcement officer would not be possible. I would also like to take a moment to thank Director DeGutis and his Academy staff, Joseph Harlow and Eileen Good, for ensuring that we receive the highest level of criminal justice education and police training possible throughout the Massachusetts Police Training Council's program. This class would also like to thank Attorney Patrick Rogers, although he's not here today, for his passion in teaching criminal procedure, and also for his willingness to instruct our class on such short notice. Realistically speaking, it would have been extremely difficult to find a more well-suited instructor, well-versed on the subject, because he literally wrote the book on criminal procedure and criminal law. I would like to acknowledge the members of our class leadership once again, Class President and Plymouth County Sheriff's Department sponsoree, Christine Orr, our Vice President and Randolph Auxiliary sponsoree, Sandrine Riviero, and our Class Secretary, Mashpee Police sponsoree, Jeffrey Brunelli. They were elected by their peers and served their class properly. Personally, I would also like to say it is an honor and a privilege not only to be a member, but also to speak on behalf of the fine young men and women in this class. On October 12th, this academy commenced with 54 students, sponsored from 22 different departments. After the first week, Major James Murphy of the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department had surprisingly already expected us to have been familiarized with each of the 54 students' names and their respective sponsoring agencies. We found his expectations confusing, but what we did know at that time is that for us to succeed as individuals, we must first come together as a class. In order to achieve one mutual goal, as partnering officers work together, just how neighboring departments and agencies do as well. I'm proud to stand before you and report that as days became weeks and weeks became months, Class 11-01 did indeed come together as a class and work as one. We learned several other meaningful and unforgettable lessons outside of the academic curriculum. For instance, on day one, we learned of Director DeGutis' particular no curveballs mantra. We quickly realized that Director DeGutis wanted the class to always be prepared for the unexpected. Another lesson was delivered by Plymouth County Sheriff's Department Director of Training, Brian Garrity, who provided an emotional and frightening account of the events that transpired leading up to the murder of Boston police officer Beresford Wayne Anderson. On this day, we learned that although paperwork is the mundane and boring part of law enforcement, it can mean the difference between life and death. Since October 12th, we have watched as our class diminished in size for a variety of reasons. Some left for academic